Hi, welcome to the 54th Hammer tutorial. Again, part of Tutorial Fest. Yay. Today, we're going to be working with advanced props. On the map that I have open now, people were asking how I got the NPCs, if you will. But Counter-Strike does not support NPCs. So this is more of a ghetto NPC-age. As you see in the editor, these guys are they're just kind of chilling here. And if I go into the options, they are just prop dynamics with a name and animation. So I'm going to show you how to do this and go over some other prop information with you. So to pose a prop or a human, an NPC, you just create one and you make it a prop dynamic. Go to the world model. Now this will work for anything, it just has to have a sequence or activity. So we find human. We want to go past the corpses, unless they have activities, which I don't think they do. Just find an NPC really, NPC, if you will. Click OK, apply it. So I'm going to have him leaning on this car. To find out exactly what he's going to be doing, we need to find the sequence. Now, the sequence is just an animation that Valve has given us, or any model can have. To find what sequences there are, you could do it through the model viewer, but this way is much easier because you can copy it. So you just want to get a view of your guy, basically, and then you can just scroll through the animations. It'll show you what he's doing through each animation. And however he is, this is how he's going to be in the map. You can just scroll through it, but I already know what animation I want. That one. And the animation that I want is the post Coast 03 post battle idle one. And it just shows him leaning on it. It's pretty good for a guy leaning on a car after his best friend got murdered, which is kind of what I was going for in this map. Pose him. Just kind of bring him forward. Now this isn't like Gary's mod where you can change certain limbs. You can't do that. This is Counter-Strike. Now for like Half-Life 2, you actually have NPC support, so you won't need to do this. You can actually use NPCs. After you choose your animation that you want them to use defaultly, go into class info and scroll down, and under default animation, paste it there. Otherwise, he won't work. So that's him. He's good to go. Now over here, we have these two bad guys, and there's a logic timer behind them, and this is making them, because they have two animations. They have an animation where they're just looking on where they're just on the ground. You can see it here. Arrest idle. That's them just laying on the ground. And then every now and then they do this. They look. And that's done with an output. To create an animation change with an output, you just have whatever you're going to output it. You do click add, and then for this on timer, you select the prop's name, then you hit set animation, and you paste the animation in right there, just like I have there, Arrest Curious. So that's how you animate props. It's pretty simple. The other thing is, and what most people don't know, is prop static. A lot of people are also asking me, well, they know about prop static, but they don't know exactly what it can be used for. So all these trees that I have here, they're all prop statics, and people are asking me where I get them. You get them from the episode 2 content, which you can import. Now in the prop static, we have a whole array of options that we can mess with. Now the fade distance. This is more for optimization. You can have it fade out when you get so far away from it. And this is just done with the two. You can do it with the numbers, or you can use the two helper balls. So that will fade in and out. I'll leave that one there, so I can show you when we go into game. The other ones are collisions. We have not solid, bounding box, and V-physics. V-physics uses less resources than bounding box. It's better that way. Disable shadows will prevent it from casting shadows. Disable vertex lighting. This is pretty much doesn't really matter for prop statics. They don't really do anything. They don't use vertex lighting. The next prop is, so let's just look at all the props. You'll notice that there is a prop dynamic ornament, prop physics multiplier, and prop physics override. The prop dynamic override, that will force any prop to use a dynamic, so it can move if it's parented to like a funk rotating or a tank train. And same for the physics. It will force anything, it'll force a tree to be a physics item, which is, it's kind of cool. A prop ragdoll will only use a ragdoll animation, so basically a human in the ragdoll stance, I guess. Call that prop detail. You don't use prop door rotating, used for doors. The ornament, I've never successfully gotten the ornament to work. It's supposed to be like the hats in Team Fortress 2, how it ties it to your body, same for guns and everything, but I don't know exactly how that works. Wish I could be more helpful there. Okay, well that's pretty much it for props. I'm gonna compile this and then I will see you in Counter-Strike. Alright, now we're in Counter-Strike. And, oh, there we go. Walk over to him, and he's now using that animation. It's good. And everyone else does the same animation. Now this guy here, this is not an animation. If you search for security guard, you'll find him. He's prop static. If you see him, he's doing his little curious peek thing that he does. See both of them. He'll do it again in a second. And he's, there we go. Okay, and this tree prop here, see if I walk away from it, it fades out. And as I walk closer to it, it'll fade back in. This is pretty much primarily used for optimization. I've seen some people use it as cool effects in horror maps. Kind of works out. Boop, boop. And in case you are wondering, the prop detail, that's what these sprites are. The details on prop detail on world spawn. But VBSP will dynamically place those if you have it set it up too. You can learn how to set up a detail.vbsp in, I think it's tutorial 40 something. I don't know the name, but it sprites on world spawn. I hope this tutorial helped you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.